Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for this OnePlus Bullet Type C earphones. And just last week I had reviewed these budget-oriented earphones from JBL, but quite a few of you have asked me to actually test this out because many of the new phones are actually omitting the 3.5mm headphone jack and they're using the USB Type C port. Obviously, the OnePlus 60 doesn't, is just relying on that. Also, this Pixel has that, and Poco phone also has a USB port and stuff. So let's test this out, and I'll also compare it with the JBL, which is around 700 rupees. That's almost half the cost of this one. This one is for 1,490 rupees. So there's a certain premium. So let's test this out, and I'll also test it with various USB Type C, phones. So that we know how is the compatibility of this one, and I'll also compare the sound with the earphones that cost half of this one. So let's see if this is worth it or not. So guys, this is the box in which it actually comes, and behind it gives some specs. It's a 24 ohms and it has a built-in DAC, and it's supposed to be pretty light at 14 grams. So let's open. And by the way guys, this is only available via OnePlus in website, not on Amazon. I was also surprised. So again, the packaging with OnePlus is pretty good. Same case with this one. Looks like these are the earphones, and it says best buds for life. And we also have something over here, so might be extra ear tips. So that's what we have in the box. So let's open this one first. So yes, as expected, extra ear tips that we are getting. So we have two pairs, and one I am assuming is pre-attached. So total of 3 that we are getting. So this is the earphones, and we have a seal. So let's just cut that and open this up, and it says never settle. So small manual, and this is in Chinese for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, back it's in English, so it gives you an idea about what it is. So I'll just keep that to the side, and we have the earphones in this one, and let's just open this up. So looks like the cable is a flat type cable, so that's slightly better, but they should have gone with a braided cable. That does last a lot longer. And as you can see, it doesn't have a 3.5mm headphone jack, but the USB Type C port that will connect directly to your phones that don't have a 3.5mm headphone jack and having the USB Type C port. So here we have, so I was expecting, to be very frank, slightly better in build quality. It's a flat type cable, but again, it's still a rubber cable, so you got to be careful with this one. And on this end, we also have a controller, as you can see, with the plus or minus and a button here, and an integrated microphone over here. And we also have a small OnePlus logo, and these are the earphones itself. So these are in-ear type earphones. So let me do one thing guys, let me actually connect it to the phones and test it out and see how good they actually sound. So guys, now I've tested this OnePlus Bullet Type C earphones, and I tested them with these 4 phones, that is the OnePlus 60, regular OnePlus 6, Poco phone, and even with the Mi A2. And yes, it did work with all of them, but the experience was pretty funny, I would say. And first, obviously, with the OnePlus 60, it worked out without any issues out of the box. And even in settings, as you can see, it detected that, and it had different profiles for that. So yes, I feel it works the best with the OnePlus 60. So yes, with the OnePlus 60, it works actually out of the box without any issues. I'll talk about the sound signature and comparing the sound signature with these JBLs later on. But first, let me talk about my experience. And second, I thought let's test it with this OnePlus 6 because it also has that USB Type C port. And when I plugged it in, it was not detecting it. And the sound was actually coming from the speakers. Actually, to enable it, you have to go into the settings and go to the OTG settings. And there you have to enable OTG. Only after doing that, they've worked with these earphones. So it was a very strange thing. And one thing to note, guys, is that with this, if you enable that USB OTG thing, it'll work fine if you're continuously using it. But if you pause it and just remove it and come after 10 minutes, again, it disables that. So you have to re-enable it. So I felt that the implementation was not that great on this one. But yeah, it did work. And next, I tested with this Mi A2, and surprisingly, it worked without any any issues on this Mi A2. I just plugged it in and it worked without any issues. I didn't have to go into the settings or do anything with the Mi A2. And I also tested this one with the Poco F1, and here also surprisingly it worked very well and without any issues. And now to test it out, I wanted to keep it very simple because I'm testing it with so many devices. So I just selected two songs. That's Maroon 5. That's the new song that they have, and on this one I was actually listening to that soundtrack and concentrating from 58 seconds to 1 minute 5 seconds, where they have a lot of beats to get an idea how is the sound signature. And for the second track I used this Eye of the Tiger from Rocky 4, and this has a lot of strings and high notes on that, and there from 20 seconds to 45 seconds I was listening to the sound, and I listened to them with both these JBL and this the OnePlus USB Type C. And I have to say, in terms of sound quality, definitely these JBLs that cost just about 700 rupees blew this out. It's not like these were bad, this OnePlus ones in terms of sound, but they sounded a little bit mellow. I felt that the vocals were more lively on this, and in fact in terms of high notes also the JBLs were much better than these OnePlus earphones. And the bass was also there on this one, but again the bass was also a lot tighter on these JBL C100 earphones. So to sum it up, if yes, in terms of functionality, this one worked actually, and in fact I feel the controllers are better on this Bullet earphones because we have the plus or minus for volume, and it worked out of the box even on the Mi A2 and stuff. We don't have that volume controller with the JBL ones. But in terms of sound, if I have to talk, for the price, for almost 1500 rupees, I felt that the sound was lacking for that price. Yes, if you're just a casual user, you just want to use this because you hate carrying dongles and you're not very critical about the music that you listen to, you can go with this. But again, in terms of sound quality, I would say I simply did not like these ones because in terms of clarity and the punchiness of the sound, it was not that great. If you are a casual listener, you won't notice that, but I listen to a lot of music and I have dozens of earphones, and I have to say, for the price to performance, this one actually disappointed me. Also, I would have given it a pass if the build quality was better with a braided cable or something like that, but that also is just very average. So considering the price point, I would say the JBL, which costs just half of this at around 650 to 700 rupees, definitely in terms of sound signature were much better than these ones. But again, it's up to you guys. You want that convenience of the USB Type C, you can go with it. But in terms of purest music listening experience, they simply sounded too much mellow to me, and if I have to rate them, I would rate them 6 out of 10. Anyways guys, that was the review for this OnePlus Type C earphones. I've also ordered some other earphones, budget oriented ones from Sennheiser, and one more brand. Again, I should be getting those very soon, so expect reviews for those coming week. So again guys, if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And again guys, thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you very soon. Take care guys.